Robin Slim Show.
Robin Slim, Joe LaFratta.
Joe LaFratta.
What's going on,
doing?
Joe, bro?
How are you, gentlemen?
Not bad, not bad.
Doing
How you
pretty
doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Very well.
No problem. Yeah, you're a former Mafia member and an author?
I'd like to rather say, organized crime associate and author.
Do most of you guys become authors when you're done with the organized crime thing?
It's not a bad
Yeah.
idea, man. Like, it's...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, law enforcement's out of the question. I can't become a postman. What am I going to do?
Are you friends with Mark Silverman? Cause he,
Yes, sir.
That's cool. Cause when we talked to him, he told me about you, and he sent me a link to an interview you did. It was on Fox, I think Fox News.
Yes.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
man. It was cool.
Yeah, wasn't that funny?
Oh, that guy! What did the guy hire you and then try to frame you for the money? Money missing?
Yeah, exactly.
You even said the bank stood up for you. The bank testified for you.
Yeah, exactly. But he was a lawyer in that town for 30 years, so he knew all the judges, he knew everybody. But I ended up, I'm the only person ever in Massachusetts to get out of prison because my phones were tapped.
That's right. I remember you said when they heard it, they just threw the case away.
Exactly, because the phone taps, first they lied. They said they didn't have phone taps. But then I found out that they had them through a friend of mine. They were on his case, so I subpoenaed them, got them, and they proved I didn't commit the crime. And they ended up having to throw my case out. It was great.
Wow. How long did you do time for? Till that
I did, well, altogether on that, I did about 37 months. But I also did 2 years in probation violations because when I got arrested for that crime, I was on federal probation and they violated me for that.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, all for nothing,
I like too when you were saying he said it wasn't his voice. It wasn't his voice on the recordings. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, it wasn't me. The state police didn't know, Yeah, he was like a pillar of the community, too. He was up for a judgeship, that guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
he's
shit.
since passed away, though.
That's good.
Dude, most of those judges are just pieces of shit.
There was
man.
a judge, I don't know if he's still around down here, that actually had been driving drunk and killed somebody, and he's still a judge.
The guy,
Of course.
Wow.
there's a lawyer practice right down the street from here. The lawyer in it, he used to be a judge. He got caught smoking up in the
I
fucking
heard
room.
there's one around here too. Got caught with coke, and that's why he can't be a judge, but he's still a lawyer.
Yeah. There's a
That
couple
might be
of
the
them.
same guy. I don't
Wow.
know.
Yep.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, that's how this guy was. Same kind of guy. Always wanting to hook you. And one time he called me to his house. He goes, "You got to come by. I got to show you something." I come by, and he's got a hooker in a kennel.
What?
I swear to God. She's got the leash on and everything. He said, "She's been bad. Lay down." And she laid down. I said, "Get me the fuck out of here, you weirdo."
Wow. They said too they had the recordings with him talking to you about criminal activity, like him telling you shit to do.
He owned part of this big country club. He lived on the first hole of the Georgetown Country Club, which is a big country club out here. And he wanted me to rob the place of their football pool, their Super Bowl football pool.
Oh,
It was
goddamn.
$200,000. He wanted me to go in there and lay everybody down and rob the place.
And I'll split it with you, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, this is a lawyer, you know what I mean? An officer of the court.
Wow.
They're the real. They really are the real criminals.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
They really
yeah,
are,
of
man.
course.
That was another thing.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was going through my divorce, my friend Kenny, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but he said he recognized my lawyer's name because he got weed from the same guy he did. He was like, yeah, I know that guy. He gets weed from the same dealer I got.
Yeah, they think the laws don't apply to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy was a real piece of garbage, too. He was.
I saw the picture of him. He did. He looked like a lump of shit, man.
Oh, yeah. Did you see, the best part is when they come up to him, they go, "Yeah, we'd like to talk to you about Joe LaFratta." And he thinks it's about me, and he goes, "What do you want to know about Joe LaFratta?" All happy. And then they're like, well, we have you on tape. They were talking about illegal gambling. You can see he just, like, craps his pants. He's like, he's like, no, I don't know anything about that.
He had a mini stroke and, shit his pants.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he said at trial that he didn't realize he had an account with $400,000 in it, and then there was only $400,000 in it, and then there was nothing in it for 2 years, and he didn't notice it missing at all.
What? Wow, I never noticed that. I didn't get bank statements or nothing. Yeah. What the fuck?
It's not like there was $400 million in it. It was only $400,000.
Oh,
and then like a month later there was nothing, but you didn't notice for years.
Should I notice if $4 was missing, man?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was a piece of work, but it almost worked. He almost got away with it.
Wow.
Yeah, thank God that the government infringes on our rights on a daily basis.
Are you still being like watched, like surveilled, or?
Oh yeah, all the time. They always poke around. They hate that I got out because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't care that you're innocent. They figure he didn't do this, but he did something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's been a while. They've kind of laid off, but. Every now and then you see him around.
Yeah. How did you get out? Did you just is it hard to get out? Or do you just?
Oh,
I can't do this anymore.
It was terrible. It was very hard to get out. We had to do everything. I had to hire my own private investigator. I had to do everything.
Wow.
But then once they got the tapes, they had no choice. The judge released me that day. Yeah, he was on there talking like a gangster. You got to hear them. It's hilarious. On one of the tapes, he says, "This guy cut me off today." He gives me the guy's license plate number, and he goes, "This guy cut me off today. I want his thumbs broken." Thumbs broken.
Holy shit.
What is this, 1920?
Just for cutting you off? Yeah, what do you want me to use, a cigar fucking snipper?
But that's the kind of guy he was. And he was like a counselor in the city, and he was just a real piece of garbage.
Yeah, he wanted like a 1940s gangster, like Bugsy.
Exactly.
Gonna break his thumb, Shay.
Did you see in the interview I said every week I was with him, his cigars got bigger.
What did you say? Oh my God! What did you say? You should be crawling on his belly.
Oh yeah, they said, well, because he was running for election that day. They aired that. He was running. They said, what do you think the voters in Georgetown should know about the guy? I said, they should know he's a lizard. He should crawl on his belly.
Yeah. I was dying when I saw
amazing.
That. Holy shit.
Yeah, he was a real piece of work.
Joe, I saw too. You say your father was the head of the largest gambling ring on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, when I was young, yeah, he was. It was beautiful. You could never call the house on Saturdays, Sundays, Monday nights. Because the phones were always busy.
Wow, that's crazy. You were bred for that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I was answering phones when I was like 12 years old.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to collect for him, or
then,
What's that?
It was a different world back then, though. You know what I mean?
Yup.
It wasn't like it is now. I mean, before we used to have the daily number. Even like the lottery daily number was ours. We had that before the lottery had it.
Wow.
Like people used to bet the daily number through us, and it came out. It used to be the racing form. When the racing form came out for Suffolk Downs, every day in the top corner, it would have the amount of money that was bet the day before at the track. So nobody knows what that number is. It changes every day. And the last four numbers were the actual lottery number.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Grandmothers used to bet 50 cents for the week, and, you'd go to the bakery, pick up the brown bag, bring it home, count it.
Oh, yeah,
that's what they called it.
Wow.
My dad's aunt used to do that. He remembers when he was a little kid, he used to live in Bayonne.
Yeah.
His aunt used to have them.
I had an uncle, and he wasn't, I don't think he did anything with them, but he helped out a lot of guys. And he told me at one point he had a house furnished with hot goods, everything in the place.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s, man, was fell off the truck and all that.
Oh yeah,
and oh my God. He said there was a guy at one of the major retailers that would let him just come in the back and just take stuff.
Yeah, everything in my house. We had pianos and like all kinds of stuff that I know we didn't buy. There's no way he bought any of it.
That was another thing. One of my friends said that his father too, when he was younger. Yeah, one week they'd have a house full of washing machines. The next week it would be a house full of stereos. Like, there's always something else, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
My dad's uncle used to bring them like meat and shit, and he'd say like prime cuts. He'd be like, "It fell off a truck,"
Yup, exactly.
Oh, we always had tons of meat. We always had a meat guy. We had the guy that cut the lobsters. We had all that stuff. When I was a kid, the first like chapter in my book is we used to have a cottage at this place called Canopy Lake Park. You guys probably never heard of it, but it's like an amusement park in New Hampshire. And we had a summer cottage right on the water, and up the street there used to be like a farm stand where people would go and buy corn on the cob and tomatoes, stuff like that, whatever the guy grew on his farm. And it was the honor system where the guy had like a coffee can where you would put in what you took. So every night I would go there with my father. He'd fill the bag with corn, tomatoes, all the stuff. He'd put the bag in the car. Then he'd look around. He'd put his hand in the guy's coffee can and take all his money, put it in his pocket.
I remember too. My uncles would do that. They would steal from a produce.
Well, he probably had 8,000 on him. You know what I mean? He'd look at me and go, "When are they gonna learn up here?" I was like 6 years old. You know what I mean? My mother always goes, "Oh, what chance did you have, Joey?"
Right, exactly. I love the cover of your book, though, dude. Dirty Money, The Truth About Boston's Organized Crime World. And the cover is like instead of a roll of toilet paper, it's a roll of money.
Yeah, a roll of money on a toilet paper holder. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's great, dude. How is the book doing? How long has it been out?
The book's doing well. It's been out for a little over a year. It came out in October in 2014. But it's doing great. I mean, it's always between number like 40 and 90 in Kindle, in the top 100 of like organized crime biographies.
That's awesome. That's what I think, too. It's something everybody wants to read about.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And my stuff, I don't glorify it like most guys, I mean, listen, anybody can do that, to be honest with you. You don't got to be, like, I hate guys that say, I got 20 years in the can, like it's a Harvard degree. Like, wow, big deal. Anybody could do that.
Yeah, or anybody stupid could get caught for anything. Right?
Yeah,
I had a guy at work once say, I was in jail, and I'm like, yeah, well, you're an asshole because you got caught for whatever you did. Like, that doesn't scare me. That don't make you tough.
It's nothing to be proud of, but there's a lot of funny stories. And my thing is, my book, a lot of it is just trying to tell people, like, everything's a scam. If you just open your eyes, you'll see everybody's trying to scam you every day. That's what life is. You know what I mean? It's whoever's scamming somebody.
Yeah.
And, just trying to open people's eyes to some of the stuff that's out there. But we were nuts when we were young, We were. I mean, even when I was a little kid, I remember being like, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. My father, Boston's got a ton of hospitals around here. So he would set up a 900 number. If you called the 900 number, it would cost $50. Back then, as soon as you called, you would get billed $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he would send me to the hospital with a bouquet of flowers. I'd go to the secretary or the nurse's station and say, is John Smith here? Oh, no, he's not on this floor. Oh, can I use your phone and call my office? I must be on the wrong floor. So I call the 900 number.
Oh, God.
The $50 to get billed. Then I go right to the next nurse's station. John Smith here? No? Okay, can I use your phone?
Wow.
we would do that all day.
I want to do that. That's a great idea.
Wow, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Genius.
And Boston's got, every college we would go to, every hospital. You could do it on every floor 4 different times,
Yeah. That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, but you could get away with stuff like that back then. Now you can't,
Yeah, it's a lot harder. I don't know, like, it seemed, I don't know, from even the 90s, shit's got, like,
you're like on
terrible.
A lot tighter,
camera on every angle.
Right?
There's, like,
I remember I read, I don't know if it was like the late 90s where I was reading about European and like Canada, European countries of Canada with like cameras on every street corner and shit. And that's where we've gotten to in the U.S. too, man.
Oh, yeah. It's hard now. Plus, everybody wants to be a hero. Everybody's looking to take a picture. You know what I mean?
That,
Record
yup.
something.
And same with all the assholes on like that do shit and then they tweet about it or they put it on Facebook.
You see guys, they take pictures with the money they stole. Like, that's smart. You read
Oh yeah, like that fucking couple that robbed a bank or whatever it was.
That. Yeah, they were on Facebook like with all the money. Yeah, that's brilliant. They
That's why they
went
made
to the
this
jail and knocked on the door. Can you let me in? You got enough room for two? Yeah, it's tough. That's why it's there's too much money to be made legitimately out here these days. You don't gotta do that stuff.
Yeah.
I've always been curious to like what the state of organized crime is nowadays. Like, is it all digital now, basically, like digital crimes, or?
Well, a lot. I mean, some of it is like most organized crime around here is just dead. It's like it's all those same old guys chasing around the same bookmakers. Like they haven't adapted at all. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Like in New York, I did a lot of time with New York guys. They're different. You know what I mean? Because they have like sons and nephews that are in Wall Street and they're brokers and they know how to do pump and dumps and stuff like that. But around here, they don't know how to do any of that stuff. They're all old and obsolete. I mean, they just pinched a few guys for the old poker machines, like poker machines. They made like $1,500, and they got to go to jail for.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's like, they just never adapted. I just never understood any of that. You know?
Yeah, they think they would. Did you ever see the movie The Town?
The Town, of course.
Is there any truth to that movie? Like,
well. The Town is a bunch of actual different stories that they made into a movie.
Okay.
Like there's a bunch of kids from Charlestown that movie's about that did a lot of them scores. Like the one in the North End where they had a shootout, that was a real score.
I love the movie, and like I said, I never knew if that was real or not, like any of that stuff.
Yeah, if you grew up in Charlestown, you like have to rob a bank. It's like part of like your SATs.
Wow.
You can't graduate unless you rob a bank.
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's bad. Charlestown's like the biggest, bank robbery place in the whole world.
Yeah.
Every kid there does an armored car or a bank robbery, but, it's too risky,
Yeah.
Ever since they ended up killing 2 guards on a Hudson job, like, years ago, and ever since then, it's been real bad. They have, like, a bank robbery task force, the FBI. They're on, like, 24 hours a day.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, well, I was worried, too. Was that Ben Affleck? I'm like, before that, he never did anything that great. And it was the first movie he was acting in and directing, and I'm like, oh, this is going to stink. But everybody told me how good it was, and I watched it. I was like, this movie's great. I gave it to my dad to watch. He fucking loved it, man. Good. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. The Departed wasn't as good. I didn't like that much.
Which one?
The Departed.
Oh, yeah. See, I thought that was all right, too. I just screeched like Bobby Brady or Peter Brady. But, yeah, that movie I thought was all right, too. That was Scorsese.
Yeah, I didn't
did
like
that, right?
one because I hate Whitey. I hate Whitey Bulger. He's a rat. He's just everybody around here. All he did was rat on Italians, and they let him do whatever he wanted. As long as he ratted on Italians, he could do whatever he wanted.
Wow. Who was the guy that was on Stern?
On Stern. Oh, Henry Hill?
Yeah, that was guy from Goodfellas, yeah.
And,
he was another piece of garbage.
Yeah, I heard he was. He'd never tell anything.
I love that movie, though. Go home and get your motherfucking shine box.
You
motherfucker, you!
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a good mob movie in a while,
I really enjoyed Casino.
Yeah.
That was,
Casino was great.
That was really
See, that's
good.
when, if you ask me, that's when the Mafia should have changed. Like, when they had all the unions and they had the casinos and they had all that money, instead of buying a president or buying a senator, like, send all your kids and your nephews and everybody to school and become the next president. You know what I mean? You don't buy them.
Exactly.
You become the government. You become senators. You become congressmen. You know what I mean? But they just didn't think that way.
Yeah.
You can't go to war against the United States. You just forget about it.
Yeah.
When you get indicted, it says United States of America versus Joe LaFratta. It's like, wow.
Oh, yeah. I never thought of it like that. Holy shit.
Yeah. I said to my father, I called him from prison. I go, Dad, I think I can beat him at trial. He goes, what are you, fucking nuts? He goes, get on one knee and say how many, Your Honor.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, look at what they did to Saddam Hussein. He was washing his underwear in the sink. You know what I mean? Just like I was doing when I was locked up. The guy had golden toilets, and, you know, you can't screw with them.
Yeah, exactly. They get
you got no shot.
Oh, man. Wow.
Holy shit.
So what are you guys, this thing like organized crime based your show, or you just do a bunch of different interviews with all kinds of different people?
Yeah, that's it. Just all over the place. Actors, comedians, authors, and all that good stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got a good voice, and you both got good characters, so you'll do well.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, most of these guys, I've done a few of these, and they're just like, you know, they just don't get it. You know what I mean?
Dude, Mark, when I first hit up Mark for an interview, he's like, "Is it going to be scripted?" I'm like, "No, dude. We are just like shoot the shit kind of guys, man." And he's like, "Good," because I wouldn't have said yes if it was
the way to do it.
I used to have guests too try to send me like a list of questions, and it's like. First of all, this is nothing I would have thought of, and second of all, it's just gonna sound unnatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you got a good flow. I mean, you can see when something's funny and realistic. It's got to be real.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for talking to us, Joe. We have to wrap this up.
My pleasure,
dude.
guys.
But where can everybody find you?
Amazon.com, the book's for sale there. Barnes & Noble, it's called Dirty Money. You can look me up on Twitter. It's LaFratta Joe or Joe LaFratta, LaFratta.
Awesome. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
My pleasure, guys. Thanks for letting me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Have a good one, man.
All right, thanks.
That was really cool.
Awesome.
Those guys are always great to talk to.
Yeah, I love talking to the
They're
mafia
definitely
guys.
entertaining, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. Like they can carry a conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. They could just kind of like
even
chill
like
and
Mark, we had that comedian beforehand that was like
couldn't
getting
carry a
a
conversation.
tooth pulled, and,
Right.
and then we had Mark. Mark was amazing, like funny, cool, like exactly, like so. Yeah, we will be back. We're going on break, and we're gonna be back with Matt Connerton from IPM Nation. And we'll see what we can do about getting peak cancer.
Guys, I am sorry that I
should I
smell that.
Are you
It's
fucking?
fucking
Oh,
hard.
you're shitting. You're shitting.
ripped
He's
one.
shitting his
all right, I
pants.
can deal with that.
All right, break time, guys.
Show us.
Oh, it's fucking